Give yourself a round of applause. You made it to Friday. I'm proud of you. It's been a long, hot week. Yeah, everybody's made it to Friday. Here we are. Chief Meteorologist Tim Miller, great to have you with us. It's our weather update that we do. And by the way, I want to give a couple shout outs to some folks that have said, hey, listen, ever since you guys have been doing this, all this information, you're now my go-to weather source. That really means a lot to us, and thank you so much for that. And I got news. I wish I could tell you all the stuff that's going to happen, but it's going to be a surprise because there's a lot more things that you're going to be really thrilled about coming up in the future here. And I mean future as in very near future. In the meantime, let's talk about the weather forecast. Get you all set for this weekend here. First off, I'm going to show you the big map. By the way, what I'm showing you here, this particular map, you can see for yourself at SCETV.org. This is, and go to click weather, and it'll take you right here. So this is our interactive weather map. Interactive means you can zoom right into your street and see if it's raining. Of course, if it's raining outside your street, you can also look out your window. But if you can't, you can certainly find that. The green boxes you see here, those certainly are boxes. Those are counties. Shaded in green is a flash flood watch. That includes the Columbia area with Richland, Lexington County, throughout the Midlands. Also includes Conway, Darlington, Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, down to Charleston. Does not include Hilton Head, right, in the Beaufort area, but all this area here. Why is that? Because this is where I think the concentration rain will be today. We have a front that's poised right in here. It's basically a stationary front, and that's going to be the focus today for the heavy rain. Doesn't mean we're not going to get some decent rain in the upstate. Look at Greenville already starting to get some rain. That's a flash flood warning north of Atlanta, so the flash flood watches continue for parts of Georgia, but not so for the upstate. My thinking is, and I wouldn't count on them doing that, issuing a watch. They would have done that already. So this is mostly for Columbia South. Again, that doesn't mean that parts of, if you're in and around the flood area, flood watch, still keep an eye on the rain today. Some of the models indicating a 5-6 inch rainfall totals, and I think that's a little overdone. So, but still, a 2-3 inch rainfall wouldn't surprise me. Let's take a look at current satellite view. Satellite view shows everything bubbling up here. As you could probably see, maybe you can zoom in a little bit closer, or you can see these little, like popcorn, if you will. That's a great indication, a lot of instability also starting to form over here where we're getting a lot of rain. So this front's not going to move much. That means for today, tomorrow, through tomorrow night, I think we'll have a lot of rain. Certainly, again, from Columbia towards the east and then towards the south. Once Sunday's done, this front will basically disappear. I mean, for us to even have a front in July is unheard of. So again, they don't stick around long. And then once it's gone, we're back to the heat and humidity again for the entire state next week with only isolated showers or storms. Let's get to what today will be looking like. So pretty much where we're at now, this is a model run I want to show you. As we go through the day here, here's 2 o'clock. Notice the heavy rain from Myrtle Beach down to Charleston. This matches where the flood watch is, right? So this gives me an indication. What I'd like to see is consistency. So this is where the flood watch is. This particular model matches that. So it makes me want to buy into it. As we go through the day here, this is another great example. Here's 5 o'clock. Notice the heaviest of rain from Columbia towards the east and towards the south, not so much towards the upstate. What this cloud cover will do today is keep us cool. In fact, my feeling is from Oconee County all the way to York, I think y'all can see only upper 70s today. Enjoy that. That's going to change next week. The problem is it's upper 70s with, humidity and dew point up there, so it's going to feel sort of meh outside today. Don't ask me how to spell that. It's a weather term. Here we are at 8 o'clock tonight. Again, the showers and the rain diminish, but again, they pick up overnight. This is 2 o'clock Saturday morning. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Here's 11 o'clock. Notice the heavy rain towards the coast, not so much towards the upstate and the Midlands. And now we're into about 2 p.m. on Saturday, and that's where the heavy rain is. Why is that? Because the front is sagged towards the south. Got a little area of low pressure up there, very weak at 10-13 millibars, but still nonetheless, that will help fire off showers and storms for Saturday afternoon. Here's 8 o'clock, sort of makes sense. Notice towards the upstate, not as much. So the front's down here, that low sort of gets wrapped up in that front, and then there you are, 11 o'clock Saturday. Let's get to Sunday. Here's Sunday, 11 o'clock. Notice we're back to normal. Pretty much. It's just afternoon showers and storms. So the heavy rain will be mostly Columbia South, 2 to 4 inches of rain from Columbia, Darlington, Conway, Myrtle Beach, Georgetown, down to Charleston. Towards the upstate, maybe an inch when everything's said and done. Inch and a half maybe in some places. Beneficial rain, especially here, because remember we showed you the drought yesterday, and this is where we have certainly excessive drought conditions. So that rain is coming in just a nick of time for sure. So again, then on Sunday, it's just afternoon scattered showers and storms, more likely towards the south, and then early part of next week, which we'll talk about later this afternoon, is just back to the heat and humidity. All right. One more thing. Let me show you about Bertha. Toast. As I said it would be. It is now basically sitting over Houston, probably enjoying, there's a great barbecue place in Houston. Bertha's probably enjoying that. That's the end. There'll be no more updates from the National Hurricane Center on Bertha as it is done. Tropics remain relatively quiet. We'll see if we can keep it that way for the rest of the season. That'd be nice, but we'll continue to keep an eye on it. That's all I know for now. Remember to share with family and friends so all this information comes up with